Good morning, boys and girls. I'm Eleanor Hawkins, and welcome to Telestory Time. I brought along this little boy. He's a book boy, and his name is Buddy Book. And here he is, you see. He's really a book with arms, and he has legs and pretty red shoes. And you see he has a big nose. Inside, this is what Buddy says. Hello, I'm a book, and I'm your buddy. Together we can look and find, laugh and sing, play and share, read and dream. Yes, I'm Buddy Book, and I've come to tell a story time this morning, and Buddy's going to sit right over here by the flowers and listen to our stories. And our very first story this morning, boys and girls, is entitled The Little Red Hen. One summer day, the little red hen found a grain of wheat. A grain of wheat, said the little red hen to herself. I will plant it. And then she asked the duck, will you help me plant this grain of wheat? Not I, said the duck. And then she asked the goose, will you help me plant this grain of wheat? Not I, said the goose. And then she asked the cat, will you help me plant this grain of wheat? Not I, said the cat. And then she asked the pig, will you please help me plant this grain of wheat? Not I, said the pig. Well, then I will plant it myself, said the little red hen. And she did. Now soon the wheat grew tall, and the little red hen knew it was time to reap it. Now who will help me reap the wheat? She asked. Not I, said the duck. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the pig. Well, then I will reap it myself, said the little red hen. And she did. Now she reaped the wheat, and it was ready to be taken to the mill and made into flour. Who will help me carry the wheat to the mill? She asked. Not I, said the duck. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the pig. Well, then I will carry it myself, said the little red hen. And she did. She carried the wheat to the mill, and the miller made it into flour. And then the little red hen carried the flour home. When she got there, she asked, who will help me make the flour into dough? Not I, said the duck. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the pig. Well, then I'll make the dough myself, said the little red hen. And she did. She put on a white apron and mixed the dough, and soon the bread was ready to go into the oven. Who will help me bake the bread? Asked the little red hen. Not I, said the duck. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the pig. Well, then I will bake it myself, said the little red hen. And she did. After the loaf had been taken from the oven, it was set on the windowsill to cool. And now, said the little red hen, who will help me eat the bread? Oh, I will, said the duck. Oh, I will, said the goose. Oh, I will, said the cat. I will, said the pig. No, I will eat it myself, said the little red hen. And she did. And that, boys and girls, is the story of The Little Red Hen. And now stay tuned, and we'll be back in just a moment to show you books from the shelves of your public library. boys and girls, I want to mention something that could be lots of fun for your family this summer. Yes, you might plan a trip to the North Carolina Zoo. Yes, the North Carolina Zoo is not too far from this area. It's in Asheboro. And you know you can have an all-day trip of having lots of fun at the zoo and learning all about the animals. We have a beautiful zoo here in North Carolina in Asheboro. And so today I brought you books to show you some of the animals that you might see at the North Carolina Zoo. And the very first one is entitled Wild Animals. And here is an elephant, and look at the baby elephant. Inside, we learn all about the wild animals and animals that you can see at the North Carolina Zoo. Yes, this is the book entitled Wild Animals. Our next book is entitled Dangerous Animals. And here we can see the tiger who's rushing, and down here is a lion. Inside we have wonderful illustrations, and here is a whole page on lions, and it even gives us the language of lions. Here we have tigers, and over here we see them after their prey. All the way through, you see we even have snakes, and most of you boys and girls love to look at snakes. Yes, this whole book has many of the animals that you would see at your North Carolina Zoo, and this is entitled Dangerous Animals. Our next book is entitled Nature's Children, Grizzly Bears, and inside we have wonderful illustrations all the way through, telling us all about the grizzly bears. Our next book is entitled 25 More Animals Every Child Should Know. And inside we have delightful illustrations. It's written just like a picture book. And it shows us toads and turtles and alligators, lobsters and crabs, an octopus even, and a starfish. Yes, this is the book entitled 25 More Animals Every Child Should Know. Our next book is entitled Amazing Animals, and inside it just shows us all the different animals and some of the different things that are very unusual about animals. As you can see, this is a fun book, and look at this, a ferocious animal right here facing us. Yes, boys and girls, this is the book entitled Amazing Animals. And last of all, we have another book, a larger book with the same title as another, Dangerous Animals. And inside we see, as you can look right here, we have sharks and we have wolves and wild dogs all the way through, and here is a cobra. Yes, all the way through we have everything you might want to know about dangerous animals. Boys and girls, be sure and visit your public library this next week, any of the 9 libraries in the Craven-Pamlico Carteret Regional Library System, and check out some very good books on your library card. And now stay tuned, and we'll be back with another story in just a moment. And now, boys and girls, I'm going to read you the story of The Animals Party. Peter was just a little boy who liked to visit the animals at the zoo, so he went there almost every day. One day, as he was feeding a carrot to the bear, a most unusual thing happened. The bear spoke to him. Peter, he said, there's going to be a big party at the zoo tonight. All the animals will be there, and we want you to come too. I am sure that you'll have a very good time. Oh, I'd love to come. Thank you, Peter told the bear. Good, the bear said. Come at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, said Peter, but the zoo will be closed. How shall I get in? The monkey will let you in, said the bear. Goodbye now, and don't be late. Oh, I won't, Peter promised, and he went home. That night at 9 o'clock, Peter got quietly out of bed and, still in his pajamas, tiptoed out of the house. When he arrived at the zoo, a little monkey opened the gate for him, just as the bear had promised. Good evening, Peter, said the monkey. Come in. I'll introduce you to some of the other animals before the party starts. Whom would you like to meet first? Oh, the lion, please, Peter said, and off they went to meet him. The lion was looking at himself in a hand mirror. He had a comb in his paw, and he seemed very cross. Don't wait for me, he growled. I don't think I can go to the party. Just look at me. I washed my hair last night, and now it's every which way. I've combed and combed and combed, but it's no use. I look awful. Oh, wait a moment, said Peter. I'm sure that I can fix it for you with some water. And so he sprinkled water on the lion's hair and combed it until it lay smooth and straight. And then he took the cord from his pajamas and tied it into a fancy bow in the middle of the lion's mane. Oh, the lion was pleased and purred gratefully. We had better be going, he said. I promised the giraffe I would pick him up on the way to the party. They found the giraffe looking for his 5th collar button. It just vanished before my eyes, said the giraffe. It's lost. Oh, I'll find it for you, Peter told him. And indeed, in 2 minutes, he found the collar button under the giraffe's foot. And then, with the help of a long ladder, Peter climbed to the top of the giraffe's neck and buttoned the collar. It was the 5th collar, of course. Oh, thank you very much, Peter, said the giraffe gratefully. Now, I'm ready to go. And it's about time, too, grumbled the lion, looking at his watch. It's getting late. We have yet to call on the elephant and the zebra. The elephant was waiting for them. He was handsomely dressed. He wore a large peacock as a hat on his head, and he carried a bunch of daisies in his trunk. I am ready, he said, but the zebra isn't. She seems to be having some trouble. Trouble, said Peter. Maybe I can help. Maybe you can, said the elephant, and he called the zebra over to Peter. Poor zebra. Her lovely striped suit had shrunk in the laundry, and no matter how she pulled this way and that, it just would not cover her. It's no use, said the zebra, and I haven't anything else to wear. Oh, yes, you have, said Peter. He took off his pajama jacket and he put it on the zebra, and it fit perfectly. Now everybody was ready to join the other animals. Oh, what a grand party it was. Everyone sat around a table that had been set up on the lawn, and they ate bananas, apples, nuts, ice cream, chocolates, and lollipops. They drank lemonade, too, because so much food made them very thirsty. Singing and music were performed by the bird, the frog, and the grasshopper. Everybody had a wonderful time except the hippopotamus, who sat on a hedgehog by mistake. The hedgehog was very cross because 5 of his best needles had been broken. And as for the bear, the party had scarcely begun when he grew very tired and went under the table to sleep. When the party was over, the animals gave Peter some presents to take home with him. He had an ostrich egg, a large, beautiful feather from the peacock's tail, and even a pet rabbit. The kangaroo took him home in her pouch. Now the next morning when Peter woke up, he thought that the whole adventure was just a dream. But when he sat up in bed, his presents were still there: the ostrich egg, the peacock feather, and the pet rabbit. Now sometime later when Peter went to the zoo, he found it full of people, but they were all crowding around and looking at only two animals: a lion with a bow in his mane and a zebra in a pajama jacket. And no one, not even the zookeeper, knew just how it had happened. But we all know, don't we? And that, boys and girls, is the story of The Animals' Party. And now stay tuned, and we'll be back with another story just for you. And now, boys and girls, I'm going to read you a folk tale from this old storybook that is entitled Folk Stories. And inside we have wonderful folk tales, the ones that we all love. And I'll tell you about some of them that are here. In this book we have the Three Bears, we have Little Red Riding Hood, the Three Wishes, the Gertrude Bird, which is a hard story to find, and then we have the Little Red Hen and the Fox. Once upon a time, a little red hen lived in a house upon a hill. And far down the hill, under a big stone, lived a fox and his mother. One day the fox said to his mother, "I would like a chicken to eat." "The little red hen lives up on the hill," said his mother, "and she would be very good to eat." Oh, the fox laughed. The mother put the pot on the fire and filled it full of water. "I'm going up the hill to get the little red hen." And the fox went up the hill with a big bag to get the little red hen. The little red hen had on her blue apron. She was cleaning her house. She had all the doors and windows open. And when the fox came to her little house, he walked right in the front door. "Good morning, Little Red Hen," said the fox. "I have come up the hill to see you." The Little Red Hen did not know what to do. She did not like the fox, for she knew that the fox liked to eat chickens. But she said, "Good morning, Mr. Fox. You must be tired after your long walk up the hill. Will you sit down by the fire?" The fox sat down in the big chair, and the Little Red Hen went out to get a stick of wood for her fire. When she came back, the fox looked as if he were sleeping. But when the Little Red Hen went to put the stick of wood on the fire, the fox jumped up. He put a bag right over the Little Red Hen. He took a string out of his pocket, and he put it around and around the top of the bag. Now I will have a little red hen to eat," laughed the fox, and he put the bag on his back, and he started down the hill. Now it was a long way down the hill. Soon the fox was very tired. He sat down under a tree, and he put the bag down on the grass, and then the fox went sound asleep. Now the Little Red Hen had been thinking and thinking and thinking. She had to get out of that bag. Now the Little Red Hen had some scissors in her apron pocket, and when the fox put the bag on the grass, she took her scissors out of her pocket and cut the bag. And then the Little Red Hen got out of the bag And then she looked all around, and then she saw a stone as big as she was. And she finally got that stone into the bag. And then she took some of the string from around the top of the bag and sewed the bag where she had cut it. And then the little red hen ran up the hill to her house as fast as she could go. Now, pretty soon the fox opened his eyes. "Oh, my," said the fox to himself. "I must take this chicken to my mother. She will be wanting to eat it." The fox got up and put the bag on his back and ran down the hill to his house. "Oh, did you bring me the little red hen?" asked his mother. "She is right here in the bag," said the fox. "Do you have the pot of hot water to put her in?" "Oh, yes," said the mother. "Let us put the little red hen in the pot of hot water." "I will hold the bag," said the fox. "You take the string off the top of the bag, and then we will put the little red hen into the pot." But into the pot went not the little red hen, but the big stone, and the hot water went all over the fox and his mother. Oh, how they ran around and around and around. And never again did that fox go up the hill to get the little red hen. And that, boys and girls, is the story of the fox and the little red hen. And now I see I have time enough to read you this very quick story of Jack Sprat. Jack Sprat could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. And so between them, two of them, they licked the platter clean. Jack Sprat was tall and lanky. His legs were rather thin. When his suspenders broke in two, he used a safety pin. His wife was like a dumpling and bouncing as a ball. She danced around the kitchen and curtsied in the hall. Jack bought his wife a kitten and a frisky little pup who liked to chew the curtains and tear the carpets up. He bought himself a parrot, and when the bird got older, it liked to talk and loudly squawk, sitting on Jack's shoulder. And when he bought a billy goat and piggy and a mouse, his wife said, "Now we ought to have some children in the house." "Oh, you're right, my dear," said Mr. Sprat. "We've lived too long alone." So off they went to find a child that they could find their own. When they found a freckled lad who didn't have a mother, they brought him home, and with him came his little baby brother. Soon a girl with pigtails had joined the family. She loved to feed the baby and bounce him on her knee. Children kept on coming, more girls, then more boys. Jack sometimes had to hold his ears to shut out all the noise. Mrs. Sprat baked gingerbread and whistled happy tunes, while children stirred the frosting and licked the cooking spoons. Jack called the roll each morning. No child was ever missed. They raised their hands up high until Jack checked them off the list. And when they started off to school, all washed and clean and neat, they made a long procession marching down the street. The tallest ones were first in line. The smallest ones came last. Policemen stopped the traffic until the children passed. At the night, the boys played leapfrog and hopped about with laughter until they shook the window panes and cracked the ceiling plaster. And when the door fell off the house and let in lots of rain, Jack quickly found a piece of rope that tied it on again. The family kept on growing till the Sprats were hardly able to seat the children and themselves around the table. And then they took a trip, and as they drove home, Paul Parrot said, "It's very plain to see, no children ever had more fun than Jack Sprat's family." And that, boys and girls, is the story of Jack Sprat. And now we're proud of all you boys and girls who joined the summer reading program at your library. We know that you had a good time reading and that you have become a much better reading by reading so much. And so now, boys and girls, I see it's time for us to close our book of stories. But we'll be back next Saturday morning with more stories for you. Till then, this is Eleanor Hawkins saying bye-bye for Telestory time.